long ways with Clarence.
Yeah, me, Clarence, Steve Hansen, Bruce, we go way back. We did Sun City with Little Steven.
You're kidding.
Back in '85.
Oh my gosh.
You know, if you think about it, music always succeeds where politics and religion fails. Because music breaks down all the cultural, racial, religious, it breaks down all those walls and allows us to come together and not only inform people musically on a certain need that's in society or in the world, but rock and rollers get together and do something about it.
Yeah.
You know, people look at us rock and roll dudes as celebrities and what's his name, but if you look here tonight, we're just like all these other people. We're just normal folk, but we have the power to bring people together to make things happen. You know, when you think about the plight of at-risk children, you know, kids in the foster care system, families being broken up. It's one thing to look at something and view it, but it's a bigger thing. It's another thing to get together and do something about it. And that's what we're here doing. And we're making things happen.
Oh, well said. Really well said.
I mean, I always tell people, it's not that hard. It's not easy, but it's not that hard. You know, if you could think of something, if you could think of an idea or an issue to confront, just for you thinking of it, the answer is already laying there for you. But it's all about people like us getting together, saying what we can do about it, having a great leader, inspirational leader such as Clarence Clemons here to represent, because once Clarence steps in the house, then we follow and things get done. And that's basically what we're doing. And it's always good to have people outside of, you know, the whole glitz and glamour when you have an organization such as Home Safe, so that when we say, okay, we're here, how do we go about to do this? Because they deal every single day with these children and with these families. So we don't really need to go to therapists and politicians. We need to go to the people who's on the front line fighting the war to make sure that these families and kids succeed.
Right. Now you kind of speak with such a passion and a love about this. You almost sound like you know a little bit more from experience.
Well, I actually was one of those kids. To make a long story short, at the age of 35, you know, after doing everything I did with Run-DMC, I found out that I was adopted and I ain't known my whole life. So that was a big wake-up call. Then I found out I was a foster kid. That was a real big wake-up call. And then when I looked at my situation, who I really am, I realized that I wasn't just put here to be DMC, one of the greatest rappers in the world. That was the setup. I was really made to be DMC so I could go show the world this is what happens when you give every child the opportunity, everything necessary, education, family, discipline, instruction, and love. When you give those kids who are so unfortunate just a little bit of opportunity, here's what can happen. So that's basically why I'm here, to show that this is what can happen if we put our energies into making a life better for these kids.
Right. And there's so many of them out there. And you know, I've talked to so many people realizing that Home Safe is really only in this community. How many children's lives could change if we could take something like this on a national level?
Oh, right, exactly.
Wouldn't that be incredible?
Yeah, what we're doing here with Home Safe is the prototype, it's the model, because it has been successful.
Right.
And it just takes, I guess it's going to take a little more awareness of, I guess, you know, other states, other cities to say, okay, let's see what these Home Safe people are doing.
Right.
And you don't really need to wait a whole 3-4 years before you can do something. Just follow our lead.
That's exactly what it's all about. Well, I'm following this guy.
And I'm following you guys, and you guys need to follow all these other people here.
That's right. Thank you.
Let's make it happen.
You know what? Thanks so much for being here and being a part of this and supporting Clarence.
Well, thank you. I had to do it.